In this video, you will learn how to connect the Airtable API in N8N so you can start automating your workflows and working with your Airtable data directly from your N8N workflows. Let's start from the beginning. Make sure you already have N8N set up on your computer or server and that you can access the N8N editor in your browser. You'll also want an Airtable account ready with at least one base that you plan to connect to. We won't show any real keys or IDs here, but you should have access to your own Airtable account settings. First, open N8N on your PC or server. This usually means going to the URL where N8N is running, such as your local address or the address of your hosted instance. Once the N8N editor loads, you'll see the main workflow canvas where you normally build automations. Before you can use Airtable nodes inside your workflows, you need to set up credentials. In N8N, credentials are where you securely store connection details for external services like Airtable. Look for the credentials section. Depending on your version of N8N, this might be in the left-hand menu, a sidebar, or under a settings or profile menu. Open the credentials area. Next, click on Create Credential. This is how you tell N8N you want to add a new connection to a service. When you click it, you'll see a list or search bar where you can choose which service you're connecting to. In the search field, type Airtable API. You should see an option related to Airtable, usually labeled something like Airtable API or simply Airtable. Select that option. This tells N8N that the new credential you're creating will be specifically for Airtable. Now you'll be prompted to create new credentials for Airtable. Give your credential a clear descriptive name, especially if you plan to connect multiple Airtable bases or accounts later. For example, you might name it after the specific base or project it's tied to, so it's easy to recognize when you're building workflows. At this point, N8N will ask you to enter your Airtable API key and your base ID. These are required so N8N can securely talk to your Airtable base on your behalf. To find your Airtable API key, go to your Airtable account in a separate browser tab. From there, navigate to your account settings or developer section where Airtable provides an API key. Copy that key, then return to N8N and paste it into the API key field. Be sure to keep this key private and never share it publicly. Next, you'll need your base ID. This is a unique identifier for the specific Airtable base you want to connect. You can usually find it in the Airtable API documentation page for your base or in the URL when viewing that base. Copy the base ID and paste it into the base ID field in N8N. Once both the API key and base ID are entered, save your credentials. After saving, you can test them by adding an Airtable node to a workflow and selecting the credential you just created. If everything is correct, N8N will be able to read from and write to your Airtable base. That's all you need to connect the Airtable API in N8N. From here, you can start building automations that pull data from Airtable, update records, or sync information with other tools, all powered by your new Airtable credential.